In today's video, we're going to be heading off to the beautiful North Wales coast for a cracking little seaside location. But it would be a bit rude not to stop off on the way and grab a couple of cheeky little shots at a photography hotspot in the Ogwen Valley. So with our cheeky little sunrise location shot, let's head off to a spooky location that proves to be a little bit of a difficult shoot, but I think I'll get there in the end.
Well, good evening everyone, and welcome to today's vlog here at this desolate and barren land. There's nothing behind me, there's nothing in front of me. But off to the side here is this mighty fine specimen. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Talacre Lighthouse, or Point of Ayr Lighthouse as it's commonly known. And it has a little bit of a spooky background. But before we get into that, it's really windy today, so let's get up into the dunes because that's where I want my first shot. Well, welcome to the first shot of the day, guys. Running up and down dunes, that really does get your heart rate going. Well, it's a very bland sky today, so taking this one as more of a record, this will probably end up being black and white. Hopefully I'll be able to come back to this if the sunset does kick off. But I really wanted to get a reed shot because I quite like them and I've never had one. So this is my first attempt. And the idea is this foreground, well, it's a little bit messy, so I'm trying to kind of distract the eye from it or eliminate it by using these reeds. And I don't mind if they do move a bit, but I'm at 1/50th of a second, so they shouldn't. But get the lighthouse square in the middle, a little bit of sky, and these reeds as a bit of foreground interest. Well, nice to get the first one in the bag, but I'm not sure we're going to want to be here too much into the dark, I'll be quite honest. Turns out that this place has been frequented by a few psychics and mediums, and they've sensed the ghostly presence of the former lightkeeper, who apparently died of a fever. Now, some of the psychics, they say that they're getting the sense of a lonely, broken heart. I don't know. All I know is I really don't want to meet him. If you're here doing some astro, you've been warned. So we got the sun setting behind us there. So the shot I'd really like is quite a well taken shot, and that's over these great big slabs of concrete that used to form part of the walkway to the lighthouse. But I don't think the tide's going to come in enough. I did try and plan it so it did. Apparently this is a very, very fast moving tide. I'm assuming because it's quite shallow and it's quite easy to get sort of stuck in the middle of the tide if you're not paying attention. So I was quite aware of that. And sunset is round about 6:10 and high tide is about 2 hours later. So I was kind of hoping, because it goes all the way over there, that sunset would, well, be probably the optimum time. But I'm looking at it, I've got about half an hour to go and I don't think it's going to be. You never know, blue hour, that might work. Oh, well, I'm pretty certain that the tide isn't going to come up to us now. Not on sunset anyway. So I'm just working my way around it and having a bit of a scout of play. And I've kind of come down to this side of it so I can shoot into the sunset and hopefully eliminate most of the foreground, because the beach itself is nothing special. Needs the sky to kick off, I'll be quite honest, because if you look at it, it's like a big arch. This is why I've backed up so much, so that I can try and encompass the lighthouse as much in that arch as possible. Not the greatest composition, but we'll go with it. So lighthouse slightly off centre to the left, small section of sand that I'll probably darken down a touch. Then you've got that little headland over in the corner, and it'll kind of just sweep across, and then you've got this section of sea trapped in the sandbank there, but slightly on the left and leads you out. So I think that's going to be my first comp, and if the sky does kick off over that way, then I'll head down to where those concrete blocks were and I'll get that shot. Right, waiting game now. Well, as you can see, the sun's gone down behind the bank of cloud. We got 8 minutes till sunset. So I can only hope that the horizon itself is clear and we get something. There is just a touch of orangey glow sort of above that curvature of the cloud. Hopefully it's picking up on this. Not much, but it's just enough to drag out a little bit of pastel. Well, I've taken a couple of shots with that little bit of orange that's there, and I'm hoping with that bit of orange and that red cap on the lighthouse that I can actually do something in post. We've got these kind of cool blues that are going on in the sky and that little tinge. I think it's just going to be enough, I think, to make something of it. I'm not going to say it's going to be an amazing photo, but just enough to make something of it. Well, we've got 1 more minute to go. Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? I've got to admit, it's doubtful. Well, that's it. Sunset has come and gone. Unfortunately, we didn't get one this time, but never mind, that's okay. And the tide, well, it's not far off us. I reckon another 45 minutes. And it's probably going to be up there because it is coming in quite quick. It's already cleared one of the undulations of sandbank and it's heading up towards this one. So I may hang on for about another 20 minutes and then we'll see. But I think I'm going to go and grab a shot looking down the length of it just for my keepsake. Well, we seem to have plenty of mood and drama, so we'll work with that. Wow, this is looking really nice, to be honest. Okay, the sand's got footprints and stuff in it, but I think I can work with that in post. I don't need to clone them out, I just need to darken them down. So there's a landscape. Let's get a portrait. Oh, that looks good. This could save the shoot. Well, there we are. Never give up, never give in. Those moody clouds have blown in and they've given me what I want. So, yeah, I didn't get the sea coming in, but that's another go, that. I get to come back again. That's it from me today. Time for me to head back to Gloucester. I got another 3.5 hour drive and work in the morning. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.